Welcome everybody. In this video, I want to tell you a lot of things about mistakes, how important mistakes are for English learners, because I am an English learner, because my native language is Hungarian and English language is my acquired language, not the first one, and I just act out an English speaker. And I think my learning experience will end on the day on my funeral, which I cannot predict when, but this is one of the most certain thing in life, that we will die one day, and that day will be the end of my language learning journey, my language learning experience. Because I will never know everything, and nobody will know everything, and we just learn. So few words about mistakes. So please, if any native speakers or not native English speakers watches this video, if you spot out any grammar mistake or pronunciation mistakes in this video, don't hesitate to let me know somehow. The best way is comment below this video. That if you find other sources, it doesn't matter, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you can let me know my mistakes, because I want to learn from my mistakes, because I think the more mistakes I make and the more mistake I spot out, I will just be better. So these comments are welcomed below this video. And what I wanted to tell you, just a little hint, what was like working among so many nationalities, mostly Philippines, but there were Mexicans, Romanian, or Ukrainian, and there were a lot of countries. Portuguese, for example, in Italy, and most head waiters are from Italy. And I clearly remember one Italian head waiter who was not really good English speaker, but at that time I was even worse than him. And I remember the very first week he came over to me, and he pointed me this question. With my knowledge today, it's funny, but that time I thought that, wow, he speaks well English. And I tried to act out how he said this sentence to me. My friend, how long are you with the company? Me, 25 years, my friend. You don't know nothing. And I felt very ashamed, because I thought it is a grammatically correct sentence. I understood everything. So there, the understandability was the first and most important thing. So the grammar, the pronunciation, and the punctuality was absolutely secondary. And the primary thing was to be understood, and we used our body language, we used our mimics, we used our face, eyes, everything to make ourselves understood. And now I want to tell you the shortest English conversation that I have ever experienced. So the background story is that on the ship there was a disco for the crew members, and there was a disco for passengers as well. But of course, I always went to the disco for crew members. And I saw one guy, I think he was in the Philippines, but I don't remember clearly. He was really trying to get closer to a dancer girl who was also a crew member as well. So she was a beautiful dancer girl. And this Philippine guy was, I think, a dishwasher guy. And he wanted to, pay a drink for this girl and have a friendly chat, whatever. So I saw that he was really in the project. And the next day, early morning, feeling very hangover, I met him by chance in the elevator, and I wanted to ask him whether this dating concept, dating trial, dating attempt was successful or not. And I pointed him this question. Watch carefully. I pointed this question to him. And the answer was, So it was the shortest conversation on the ship for me, without any words. We used just our body, but we understood each other perfectly. So of course, this is the simplest one, but I have another one, which is not that romantic. It happened while I was having dinner, or I was having lunch in the crew restaurant, which is called Krumas. And I was eating my soup, and the Philippine guy came over, and he wanted to ask me a question. Do you like your soup, don't you? It would have been the correct sentence, but in reality, it happened this way. He looked at me and said, Buddha. And I understood. And I said, yes, the soup is very good. So now you see that people there did not really focus on grammar. People did not really focus on pronunciation. People did not focus really on punctuality. So I built up really my present English in the following years, my after my ship experience. But I would be a liar if I said that I did not learn there anything, because of course most of the time I was surrounded by US citizens. In the passenger area, when I was a server, I served these people, as I mentioned previously, that those people loved talking, especially elderly people. They loved talking, they loved sharing information, they were very curious, and then they were very friendly too. And it was my language learning course, 12 hours a day, because we were 12 hours a day, breakfast service, lunch service, dinner service, and it was full of chat. And it was great. And I'll tell you one other thing that maybe one of my friends will recognize himself. It was also at the beginning of the career. We were in the buffet area. It is a self-service restaurant, so this is not a table service restaurant. We were just cleaning tables and filled the line with silverware, plates, and we made some toast in the morning for passengers and changed the glasses and so on. And one gentleman wanted to find the butter, and he didn't find the butter in the line. And he approached my friend. He asked him, "Excuse me, where is the butter? Where is the butter?" Moving his hand, just pretending what he was looking for. And my friend did not really understand what he wanted to ask for, and he sent him out in the deck area to play table tennis, because he saw that he wanted to play table tennis by moving his hand this way. So it was our English level back then when we started. And I think with today's standard, it is very, very ridiculous, but we have to start somehow. And that's why mistakes are very, very, very important. And language is the only thing that is worth knowing with mistakes. So even a low level of language knowledge is worth a lot. For example, my Chinese level is below zero. I don't know a word in Chinese. So if somebody speaks 10 or 20 words in Chinese, it's much over my level, my Chinese level. So it means that if your knowledge is just low, it is absolutely not discouraging, in my opinion. And as my life is and was and will be full of mistakes, it doesn't discourage me of going further, step forward and forward. And one very funny story about my connection with the United States, because when I was a kid, in the 1980s, United States was for us a very distant place, other side of the globe, other side of the Atlantic Ocean, and back then we would never have thought that we could get there one day, or not to speak the language either. And one day we got with my brother a gift from the United States as kids, and the gift was chewing gum, but it was not a simple chewing gum. It was Wrigley's chewing gum, and the shape was for us very, very strange, because the shape of the chewing gum was flat chewing gum. In the 1980s in Hungary, we had only bowl-shaped chewing gums, very colorful, so one yellow, one red or blue, whatever colors, line up next to each other in one package. And this was the chewing gum, how we referred back then to chewing gum. And we got this small package, Wrigley's flat chewing gum. So we were really amazed with my brother. And I remember he got a green, and I got in white wrapping. And we kept these chewing gums, fully boxed, untouched, on the shelf next to the books. It was decoration for us in our room, and we kept it for years. We dust them if they got dusty. So it was decoration. It was something from the United States. And years later, I looked at my brother and I said, "Let's open up." And we opened up these chewing gums, and the color of the chewing was was brown, of course, because got spoiled. After years, it is a kind of eating thing, edible thing, so eating thing that we can eat. So it went wrong, it went out, it spoiled, it got spoiled, and the color was brown. And we thought, wow, in the United States, the chewing gum is brown. Oh, how great! And we tasted. The taste was strange, but we thought, the strange taste is okay, strange, but this is America. It is great. We were over the moon tasting something from the United States. So this is my first experience, which is real tangible from that country. But of course, later on, things changed, and I was there too. But anyway, it was just little story from my life connected to the United States. And one other thing is the pronunciation. How strange the pronunciation for Hungarian people. For example, a very simple word, chocolate. Now I know that it is pronounced chocolate, but when I were on the ship, I said chocolate. We like chocolate ice cream? And the passengers looked at me with puzzled face, and they said, can you repeat it, please? Because we do not understand. And I said, chocolate ice cream. I said, no, it's not chocolate, but repeat it because we love it. How you say it? I said, what can you love? It is wrong. But for them, it was very funny how I said chocolate. And from that day on, I learned that it's not chocolate. It is chocolate. It is chocolate. And and these were my stories today. And I really do hope that you will, or if I made some mistakes, surely I made a lot, you let me know somehow these mistakes, and I will continue this journey in my next video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, just thumbs up, and if you liked, subscribe for my video channel. Bye bye.